All right, guys, so quick little video. I got to have 3 examples for you. This is for Tuesday, the 3rd polynomial worksheet. So our new stuff we're going to do is kind of new, and it's stuff you've done before. We're going to evaluate these polynomials at certain places. This is something that you've done before. This one may be a little bit new, and then I have a 3rd equation that we're going to do here. So evaluating just means you're going to substitute. So we've got f of x equals x squared plus 3x minus 2, and we want to evaluate it at f of negative 2. Now don't forget that that just means x equals negative 2. So what we want to do is we want to evaluate when x is negative 2. So what I would do, this is what it'll look like if it's written properly. The function when x is negative 2 is equal to, and then we just start plugging this in. Negative 2 squared. If you're using a calculator, those parentheses are super important. Plus 3 times negative 2 minus 2. And then we just evaluate. Negative 2 squared is 4. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Minus 2, and then we have 4 minus 2, which is negative 2. Negative 2 minus 2 is negative 4. So, f of negative 2 is equal to negative 4. So for this function, when I input negative 2, I get an output of negative 4. You can also understand that it's an ordered pair. This is our x and this is our y. So this would be negative 2 and negative 4. Okay? So that's how you would do it for just numbers. And it can be anything. We can change this and say this is p of x when p is negative 2. It doesn't matter what letters out here. It's what we're substituting in. So you could this could be any letter here. It can be C, D, B. Doesn't matter. This would be F right there. Okay, so we're going to take this concept where we're taking negative 2 and plugging it in for every value of x and then evaluating, and we're going to kind of turn it into more of a math 3 equation where we have c of x. Remember I said this could be any letter. So we got the function c with an x value, and this is our function, negative x squared minus 2x plus minus 3. So, but we have this piece here where c of y plus 1. So what we're really saying is every x value is equal to y plus 1. Sounds super confusing. Remember, x just represents some chunk. X could represent a square if you wanted it to. X could represent the square, and then we plug that square in every single time. X could represent anything you want it to, and you just plug it into the equation. So x can be anything, so I'm going to use that square analogy. X, we know that x, because it's c of x, so anything in that parentheses is here, I'm just going to put a square around it. Okay? Normally you don't have to do this, but I'm just going to do that for you guys. So x is equal to y plus 1. So let's kind of deal with this. So that means c of y plus 1 is equal to, I'm going to write this thing out here, negative, and I'm going to put a box right here, y plus 1, I'm going to put squared right there, minus 2, my box again, y plus 1, and then minus 3. Okay, so I use that analogy of the box. I can substitute anything in. So if I take this piece and I plug it in here, only the box gets squared. Okay? So now if we kind of look at it, it's really not a box. These are parentheses. So now we just got to do the math here. We got to do all that algebra. So this negative, notice how it's a different color and it's outside, so that negative is going to stay outside. And then I have to, you can use the area model to multiply this. So I'm going to get y squared plus 2y plus 1. Squared's gone. Okay, now, if you're not sure how I did that, all I did was take it like this, and it's y plus 1, and then y plus 1, and then I multiplied through, and that's how I got that in the middle. I'm not going to do that on the side, but that's exactly how you do it. If you have trouble with that, ask me in class, or ask Miss P in class, and we'll go from there. All right, so now, this one, we just distribute. Negative 2y, negative 2 times 1, negative 2, minus 3. So now we're just going to clean all this up. We're going to combine like terms after we distribute. So now I got to distribute the negative. So we're going to go negative y squared minus 2y minus 1 minus 2y minus 2 minus 3. So let's just kind of clean all this up. So we got our negative 1 here. So that's our negative y squared. That one's done. I got a negative 2y and a negative 2y. That's negative 4y. And I have a negative 1, a negative 2, and a negative 3. So that's a negative 6. So we have subtract 6. So C of y plus 1 is equal to this. Okay? So again, we're just plugging things in there. Okay? We're just plugging things in. All right, so now let's do another one real quick. If I can find my towels here. So we're going to take this concept here, and we're going to do something else with it here. So let's imagine that we had, that doesn't matter. The function d is x squared plus 2x. And I want to evaluate, this is where it'll get a little crazy, negative 2d, and we're going to go r plus, let's do r minus 2. All right, so first of all, remember this parentheses here is what's in here. So all we're going to do is we're going to take this and plug it into that piece like we did over here. So this chunk, if I covered this up, it's the same thing we did over here. So let's just kind of write it out first. So that means here I've got r minus 2 squared plus 2 times r minus 2. But what about this right here? What do I do with that? Where does that 2 go? Well, it's a 2 times this, d of r minus 2. Well, that means that this whole thing, when I solve it, gets multiplied by negative 2. So let's clean this thing up. Again, r minus 2 squared, it's the area model. R minus 2, r minus 2. We multiply our boxes together to get the middle. I know the shortcut. R squared minus 4r plus 4. That takes care of that. Plus 2 times r, which is 2r, minus 4. And then from there, that gets cleaned up even farther, because we want to combine like terms before we put that negative 2 in there. So let's clean that up. We've got an equal, we got an equal. And so we have r squared. That's an r. My r's are like v's, guys, sorry. R, let's see, minus 4 plus 2, that's negative 2r. 4 minus 4 is 0, so I'm just left with this. Distribute the 2 in, negative 2r squared plus 4r. that is my answer, which is the answer to 2 dr minus 2. All right, guys? So we've taken just like plugging in 2 or plugging in -1, and we've turned it in to more of a math 3 type of problem. Remember, all we're doing is substituting in this chunk here. Hopefully I didn't make any math mistakes. If I do, catch me and let me know I made a mistake, and I will fix it for you guys. Other than that, good luck, and we'll see you next week.